Hey everyone, welcome back to Farming Simulator 25, where we're going to continue our playthrough on the Hutan Pantai map, but you may notice that that's not where we are right now. So where we are right now is we're just in a test map of Riverbed Springs, and we're going to test a couple of logistics warehouse buildings. So, you know, in probably one of the videos, I've been struggling around with getting out, you know, our bagged spinach as opposed to our kimchi, and I've been dumping stuff everywhere because you've got to grab it and whatever else. So there was a suggestion in the comments to have a look at the logistics building and this warehouse stuff, you know, some mods, and check out some of the mods and see if I can come up with a solution or something that might work for me. So I tried a couple out, and I wanted to show you, I guess, what I found. And then that either will show you what I might do on Hutan Pantai or what I might not even bother doing. I haven't decided yet. So anyway, I'll get out of the way, and then what I'll show you. So first off, there was a warehouse mod. Yeah, we'll start with that one. Now, there was many options to what you could place down, but what I did was I just picked the biggest one, and you could customize it to show these, you know, pallets and grids and stuff like that on the ground or not. And over this side is some rails, which you can hide if you want them to go away, but as soon as you do that, if you have stuff in there, pallets will appear on the ground. These prevent the pallets appearing on the outside of the building, which is a good feature. And then you can also have exactly the same building, and you can have it with nothing out the front, or you can just have it with just the bars and not the decorations. Now, I liked the look of this. And yeah, you drop your ingredients here. So what we'll do, we'll spawn some pallets to show an example. So I'm gonna pick whatever it is, it doesn't matter. We'll just pick some wool. Okay, so and we'll just turn on super strength just so I can move them. Right, so you can drop your pallets in there. They disappear. And there they're gone. Now, so they are actually in here. They are a production. Now, the good thing about these ones is that you can have your stuff automatically send to them because they're sort of like a production. So if you set your other buildings to distribute, they will get sent here automatically, and then you can come and pick them up from here and sell them. Now, the downside, well, one is, so if I was to hide these, the pallets would appear here. So I wouldn't do that. I would leave it like this. But if I go to the other one, which is the look I actually prefer, because, you know, I would like this, and I'd like, hey, let me just drive in here. This is great. Oh. No, I can't just drive in here because they're still there. They're just invisible, but the bars are still all there. So it's like, well, that's dumb, because now I don't know where I'm driving. What if I get stuck? Anyway, I just thought that was really stupid. And other than having the pallets appear on the side, the only way to use this is you have to buy their truck. And You have to buy, well, not their truck, their trailer. That's not what I wanted. Hold on. Where did they have it? Let me think. Was it in the building? I'm trying to remember where you bought it. No, it must have been in there. It must have been in here. So if we look... There it is. So you have to actually buy this. And yeah, I mean, there's some options there. I didn't select any options. So, but then you've also got to have a truck to drive it. I haven't got the money for this, so let's just lease it. Alright, so... Clearly I've got crop destruction on here. So we'll do our full example. So let's get our truck. You know, because so far... So far it's not the worst option. So once you've got the truck, we can obviously drive it off. Shit. Sorry. Oversteered. Oh my god. Doing a terrible job at driving. Just ignore the driving. I don't even know if I'm going to have room to be able to actually do this properly. Well, we're going to do it from the front one, aren't we? Okay, hang on. Actually, this is going to take a lot longer than I thought. I was thinking of just a quick show. But we may as well go through it. Right, it's entertaining to know. Just take out some signs, whatever. Alright, so if you want to grab something from this spot here, Jesus, we might not have enough room. This is going to be bad. The first thing you got to do is you got to open the... hang on, I've got to open the cover. No, that one. Got to open the back doors. Don't have to open the side. Hold on. What? I want to sell it. Why can't I sell it? Oh, I can't sell because the cows are in there. Okay, this is going to take even longer now. Okay. Now, this is my worst nightmare. Trying to back a truck and back it in. Good job. Into, no. Yeah, so you can imagine this is going to go really well if I've got to do this every time. I've got to back it into this spot. Oh my god. Sorry, I'm so terrible at backing in games like this with the camera like this, and I go the wrong way every freaking time. And then once you're back all the way up, you can then start filling and select from here. Okay, but before I do that, I thought, okay, we'll get through that. That's not too bad. Let's spawn some other objects. So let's go with some honey. Some, I don't know, Napa cabbage. There we go. Okay, so in theory they're all in there. So if we go, I don't know, which one is it? Just to avoid confusion, let me delete that one because that one is useless. So if we look in here, warehouse, you can see we've got up there, we've got 5,000 wool. When did I put wool in? That might have been a test. 2,000 Napa cabbage, 2,000 honey. Oh, maybe that was what we put in. Wool. Did we? Whatever. We got wool. So I get in here, I go fill up, and I'll go 5,000 wool. Okay, and it fills up. So the truck now has 5,000 wool. You can see it in the bottom right corner. It says, yep, and I could drive off. Now, what if I want to do multiple items? So, okay, let me fill up. What? The selected silo is empty. What do you mean? It's got 2,000 honey. It won't let me pick something else. So it's like, no, you can't pick it. Alright, what if I back up again? No. See, it seems you can... Okay, now it's actually stopping me. Before, what happened was when I did a test before, it would let me load another product on, but what it would do, it was just the product that was already on the truck would just disappear. So I would just lose items. So now I can only load one item on here. So, not the greatest thing. So the other one is this logistics building, which, okay, this looks good. Again, it appears here, logistics center. Same concept. You can have stuff distributed to it, so it automatically goes there. You'll be able to pick stuff out, grab what you want, except for one problem. Let's see if I can load these in here. So if I take these items, I don't even know if I can. Can I even load these? Oh yeah. I do want to check. Hang on. Now that I've emptied that, so you can only use this truck. You can't use anything else. I just want to check. Can I get the other items now? Because, I mean, at least it's stopping me overwriting now. But when I did it the first time, it just overwrote the items and I just lost them. But, I mean, there's no way. There's no way someone like me is going to be able to actually use this sensibly, because I can't. See, the problem is I really need to do it from the cabin because it's the only way my brain can work, but then I can't look. Like, there's no way for me to do it in this game. It's not Truck Simulator where I can get my head out the window and look properly and... Come on. Just... We're trying to do an example here, man. Just back it up. Just back it in. What do you mean that's not right? Oh, you're kidding. Okay, so now I can put the honey in. Got 2,000 honey, and it won't let me select anything else. So you can only put one item on the truck at a time. Which, okay, I could get around, but I'm never going to get around this backing thing. That's ridiculous. Okay, so anyway, back to the point. The problem I have with the logistics center is this. You're going to load it with lots of products. Which is great. It says they're there somewhere. 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 Where the frick are they? Did I miss them? What? Where are they? They're not there. I think they are there though. Because, oh. Here they are. So here's the problem with the logistics center. All the pallets appear outside. Like they do with all the other buildings and productions you make, they appear outside. And the only time they not appear outside is when the outside is full. So if I fill this whole place up with, let's say it gets filled up with kimchi, and I want to get spinach bags, and they're all in there as well. I'm in the same position I am with the building right now, because I can't get the spinach bags unless I empty what's here. So I don't see this building being a solution either. So I was sort of running out of options, and then I found one other solution. All right, I'm going to sell that. I'm going to sell that just to get some money back. Now, I'm not saying this is the perfect solution either, but here's a shed full of pallets, lots of stuff. So how did we do that? Now, let's just pick a shed. I don't know if there's any better sheds. I just used what was there. It might be a case of there is no other better sheds because of the shape of this item. But, for instance, let's just put this shed somewhere. Hang on. So, let's put the shed down. And then, I think, under here, there's two options for these. This any shed object storage. There's a short and then there's a normal. It's 250 pieces, 500. They're pretty specific in their shape. So you can see the 4 poles gives you the size of the storage, and then that grid at the front is the drop point. So it's not going to work for every shed. And what you need to do is you need to turn on free mode so that you can put it inside the object because you're clashing it. And then, you can line it up however you prefer. But let's just say you want to do that, or if you wanted a small one, you could do that. But I don't know what sort of sheds it would suit. Like, I guess you could do that one, or hang on. You could do that, but you'd have to do multiples. I don't know where the doors are. You'd have to get pretty creative, and you might have to do multiple layouts. Oh. Let me just try another one. As in a weird one. Because I want to try this for myself anyway. Now, would that be short? Yeah, that's a bit long, isn't it? But even then, that would be narrow unless you put in tons of them. Whoops. Didn't quite mean that. It doesn't matter. Just get rid of it. Alright, we'll come down here. Now, don't worry about the red lines, because when you go up to this item here, you can then click B, hide the markers. So the markers go, you get this. So you've in theory turned this into what I have on Riverbed Springs, except you can actually go in. And all you need to do is drop your items on here. So I can just spawn pallets, whatever pallet, doesn't matter. And you'll see they're automatically disappearing if you look hard enough. Just click a lot, whatever. And then it will eventually draw them. So it's just placing them in here, nicely sorted. I can come in, I can look at them all. I can't do anything with them. But then what I can do is I come here, I can see everything that's in here. You can see it's got total 500, it's got all these items. I can then click it and I can pick what I want to come out. Let's say I want to get 5 Napa cabbage. Click 5 Napa cabbage come out. I can then load it onto my truck. Any truck I could get a pallet for, can pick it up, whatever I want. I'm thinking this is the best option. Now these ones here, because I've placed so many of them, I would have to hide the markers on all of these. And I guess these would all be individual. So if I spawn, whoops. Hello, where's the cursor gone? Shit. So, that would be one spot. This would be a second spot. So it's not really practical for all sheds. Unless you can work out a way to custom do it. the layout. But you can actually put anything in here too, because you can put like you can even put bales. You can put anything you can afford to. Whatever you have, you can put anything you want. Straw bales, you know, round, square, whatever. They'll all appear in there. So I think that's the best option if I'm going to do anything. It's just, okay, well, where would I put it and what am I going to do? That's what I'm thinking. Anyway, I think we've spent enough time in here. So I think that's where we're at. Yeah, I didn't like the other two buildings. They're just not. Didn't quite do what I wanted to do. So am I going to do it? If I do it, it's going to be this one here. So yeah, that's the one I didn't like, the central warehouse pack, and I didn't like the logistics center. I might turn on this large. I always forget to actually click on select. Sorry. So we haven't loaded any of them right now. Let me go back to the menu. Sorry, I know this is annoying. No, I meant to actually select some stuff. So, I'm going to select that one. I'm going to select this large one. I don't know if we're going to put that in sometime, but it would be good. Maybe, because you can get a lot more stuff in there, which we won't have to have sitting around. Maybe it's something, well, maybe we should do it, because we do have a lot of extra grass and stuff sometimes. And it would be good to put it in there. Do we have space somewhere for it, though? That would be the trick. Okay, we got a bit of stuttering because the game has done an update. And when I've been playing on my Riverbed Springs thing, I did notice at least one thing. Well, there's two things, supposedly, which we need to be careful of now. One thing is that supposedly they've made a change to the grass. And the grass, because people were getting or pretty much full yields on grass more times than they probably should have, because they weren't waiting for the extra growth stage. There's like 2 growth stages to grass. And we haven't had to wait for the second one. We've just been doing it. Now they've indicated they've fixed it. The other thing I did notice that popped up with the cows, especially when you put straw in, is now you'll see there's a line item there that says manure, no manure heap nearby. That wasn't there before. Well, I didn't notice it until this new patch. So the only way to solve that, if you want to solve it, is you have to go and get a manure heap. And there's only one of them. It's this one, 25 grand. It's pretty big. I wish it showed you the distance, because it doesn't, like, you don't have to literally put it right on it. Because on my Riverbed Springs one, when we play that one next time, you'll see that I've put one that actually covers the 2 cow paddock things and the horse, but it doesn't reach the pigs. But there's no real indicator of where you can and can't place it. Like, as in what the distance is. I wish it had like a circle of, I don't know what you call it, but it, you know, where it sort of shows what it is including in it. Because, you know, let's say I want to put it down here. Is it close enough or not? I won't know until I actually put it down. I don't know where else would I put it. I mean, I could put it here. No, I can't put it there. And I don't want to put it here because that's my little drive path. I don't really want to put it over that path there. And this is one of those ones that you can only you can only rotate to a couple of lock positions, which I hate. Absolutely hate that you can't freely do it. And also, that's probably going to look stupid. Or is it flat enough? I don't know. I just don't know if it's close enough. Jesus. Okay. We're going to remember the money because I might have to reimburse myself if it doesn't. See, it's not close enough. We're going to reload because I'm not paying for that. Damn it, I've got to select these again. We might just have to just put up with not getting manure, I think. Because I can't think of a place to put it that's going to be close enough. I just don't think there is one, unless you could sneak it up here. If I go in free mode, I could put it here, but we won't be able to drive around there. I mean, is that going to be a problem? Is it going to be a problem? No, I'm going to... The other problem is I don't even know what I want to do. What are we going to use manure for? I think I'll wait until we work that out with Riverbed Springs. See if there's any use for it. Now, as for the storage thing, it would probably make sense to put it over here if I was going to do it. But as I said, you'd probably want to get like this shed. And I mean, I could put it like back here. Okay, let's get these pallets out of the way. Because, I am keen to do that because it would be great to move things. Now, it's not going to auto-distribute. We have to obviously move them ourselves. Whoops. No, I don't want you on the back. You know, with those warehouses and the logistics building thing, you just... Oh my God, what is that doing in the middle of the road? You just automatically set things to distribute and then it will send it there automatically. We're not going to be able to do that, but I'm fine with that because, you know, we've got the auto load on the trailer. And it just means that, look, if I want to get to the you know, spinach bags, Well, I just grab the kimchi and then I just move it to the storage. Which is, you know, in theory what I do right now. I'll just come over here, whatever. We'll load up the kimchi. Ding, 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 ding. Get it out of the way. And then we're not going to have pallets laying everywhere. So we'll get this out of the way. Now, let me just check. There's no other better place. The other place would be over here. But I was thinking chickens, but then again, maybe chickens would be better there. Because what's the biggest chicken one? That's the biggest chicken one. That's still pretty small, isn't it? Like, even to have chickens over here, it's tiny. Okay, but getting in and out, is that going to work for there? Nah, so we might be able to put more cows here too. I think we put the storage over here. Because I want to be able to drive in and out. So if you put... Let's have a look. Actually, I wonder... Okay, let's just make sure this is all smooth. Yeah, alright, so let's do this again. But we'll put it more in the middle. Actually, I'm going to leave a bit of a gap. In case I want to be able to drive around. I don't know why I would, but... Actually, you can put it on an angle. Yeah, because you're not going to drive around. Okay, and then what we want is we want this. We're going free mode. God. Okay, my finger clicked. Jesus Christ. I didn't mean that. How do I get rid of it now? can't get rid of it, can I? Oh my God. Sorry, this is ridiculous. Ah. I reckon about there. Okay. Now let's go back to this. I can give ourselves about that much. Just try and make sure this is flat. I think that looks pretty good. Okay, so yeah, that works. The poles are in the walls. They're looking good. Let's hide the markers. I mean, which gets rid of the poles. Gets rid of everything but just that. Alright, we can load more kimchi on here. And then we can stop dropping crap around everywhere. Because in theory, I can, hopefully, drive in here. Turn that off. Dun, 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 dun. There it goes. Oh my god, so much kimchi. Okay, hang on. Let me see if I can lock this. I can get closer and load these on. There we go. Unlock it. That's why it wasn't moving properly, because it was all locked. So, I don't know how high. I mean, I don't know if I can double stack, but I guess we'll find out when we get, if we get more stuff in there. We might not even ever fill it up. Who knows? Don't have to. It's more about just putting something somewhere so that we can easily get to the product we want and not have everything just sitting around in the way. You know, because we might want to do that with the dairy or any of them, really. The cereal, whatever, just get things out of the way and then it's all clear. Alright. Let's move on from that. Now, the other thing we could do, like I said, was this. Could we put the bigger one in here? But how would we do that? So that's actually a production. So we have this one here, the cow feed one. We could go for the cow feed XL. Which might fit, or we could look for another place. I mean, that could go down here. Just depends if that's a practical spot for it. Or it could go here, because we want to get rid of this eventually, but I want to make sure you can get in and out of it. I mean, it could go here. That might be a bit tight getting in there, though. Actually, I do like it that way. That looks really good. Okay. The only problem is we would have to empty this first of everything that's in there. And then sell it. Okay, so... Jesus. This can be a huge process. it also means that I have to dump pot. Can I even... And then we're going to have to get the forage wagon to clean it all back up, pick it back up, put it back here. Okay, this is going to take ages. Maybe this is something... I think that I should do this between videos, but the problem is I'm supposed to be doing 2 videos right now, so it's like, unless I just leave this, what am I going to do? What I'm worried about is that I might have 100,000 litres of silage that I've got to dump somewhere. Well, I did say I want to do different things in videos. This is a different thing. $99,000 litres of straw. I'll deal with this and find out we can't even put it there anyway. Alright, I want to make sure they're kept well enough apart that we don't have any chance of mixing. going to take all the ingredients out first, so there's no chance that it can make any more TMR, because that would be just annoying. I mean, it shouldn't be able to now anyway, now that I've taken out the hay and straw, but still. We take the raw ingredients out first. God, imagine if I didn't have this truck. That's the same, technically the same literage as silage to straw to hay. The size difference is massive. I don't understand that. Alright, let's take the TMR this time. Now, between videos, I've pretty much got all the fields going. I think we've got the rice all planted. We've got peas done, spinach done, so I think everything was pretty much on track. I just need to double check everything and have a look at the temples, see the state of where that's at. Alright, lucky last. Grab the mineral feed. We can just leave that in the truck. Okay, I'll just drive you out of the way. Alright, let's have a look at this. Alright, we saw that. This is not very smooth at all, is it? Okay, production. Okay, we don't want the pig one. I would love to put it right there. How is that gonna look? If we go free mode. Why didn't that not lower that? Try that again. Then we'll see if we can smooth it. I don't know about that little corner bit there, but try and get it down as much as we can. Okay, hopefully that's alright. Drive around and have a look. Okay, so we can dump it just there. Okay, so if I want to fill, we can just come up here. I can just fill her up. Yep, alright, that works. Alright, we just got to pick up all the product now and put it back in. That's the fun part. Alright, I'm just going to park this here for the moment. So, other than that, let's get out and have a look. They were not really things I was meant to be doing, but, you know, we did it. Yeah, so if we look, we've got our long grain rice, we've got our standard rice, we've got our wheat, we've got peas. No, that's not ours. Peas. We've got lots of peas. We could buy that though. It's got peas. And that is spinach, which we've just chopped off some of. And they are all... Oh, that says harvested, but that's because it's got to go into its second round. Everything else is growing. And... that could possibly do with another fertilized stage, but that might be next month we have to do that. We probably should check our water, because I don't know what state we're in. Obviously, that's... don't want there to be problems with our growing. Okay, lucky I checked that. And let's check the temple. So the temple is looking for long beams and wood beams, and we have, planks long and woods beams. We have enough of each. So it's happily building. Let's have a look at what it looks like. It's getting there. We've got that one, bit of a base over there. That one's come along. Oh, we've got some pillars on that. So it's starting to come together. Yeah, so not much to do there. So I think we'll leave it there for this video. We'll come back in the next video, and unfortunately, because I'm doing these videos back to back, we can either ignore that big pile of stuff there, straw and everything, or we can actually go and pick it up in the next video, which we might do. So you have any other thoughts, opinions, leave them in the comments. Love to hear your thoughts about that sort of stuff. So obviously the whole logistics building thing was a suggestion from someone in the comments, and I took it on board, had a look, made my decision, right or wrong. There was obviously, I showed what I liked and didn't like. It was a bit of a detour off the map, but that's fine. I mean, it's part of the game, is to learn these things. And setting up setting up a test farm with lots of money, $1 million, $1 million loan, all that sort of stuff, empty space where you just destroy things, I think is a good idea, because I've made mistakes on the live farms before, and then it's sort of like, oh, how can I reverse it? I don't like that, didn't work. So testing these things out to find out if they actually function the way I think they do is really useful to do in a test farm. And I mean, you can't test everything, but you know what I mean. You can test some basic things to see, what does it look like? Is it going to do what I think it does? And that sort of stuff. But if you have any other thoughts about the farm, put it in the comments, what you want to see on the farm, all that sort of stuff. And if you're enjoying the content, please do consider subscribing. Hit that like button. Check out the channel membership join button below if you want to support the channel further. Get early access to these videos and some other perks. Say hi in the comments, let me know you're watching. I read all the comments, answer them all as soon as I possibly can. Hopefully you've enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.